Shifting from in-house grant writer to freelancer is like moving from tending one houseplant to becoming a full-on botanist. Let's explore how this transition allows you to nurture a multitude of nonprofits and watch them bloom. I'm Haleigh Jenkins, coach at Learn Grant Writing and founder of Golden Owls Grant Writing. And in this video, we're talking about how I went from employee to consultant and how you can too. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe for in-depth content about grant writing and consulting. Odds are when you clicked on this video, you can relate on some level to the topic at hand. You've probably hit the ceiling in pay and professional advancement in your current position, or you're lacking time flexibility to enjoy your interests outside of work. Or maybe you're worried that if you do take the leap, you'll have bad blood with your previous boss. Or, let's face it, you don't believe you can start your own business at all. I've been there, and there are so many members of the Global Grant Writers Collective that have been right there with you. I worked at 2 organizations as an in-house development associate where I was handling the grant writing as well as the donor engagement. Thankfully, I had a great relationship with my boss who knew my long-term plans. So when the time came to launch my business, she supported me and encouraged me. In fact, one of these organizations became my client and I still write their applications to this day. All right, let's talk about those pesky obstacles or doubts that come creeping in when considering this career path and how we can face them head on. What should you consider if you want to freelance without burning bridges? First, I think it's important that you identify your goals and what you want for this next phase of life. Is it financial freedom, schedule flexibility, more time for health, hobbies, and happiness? Having something like a vision board helps you gain perspective on what you want so that you have clarity on your next steps. For me, I wanted more earning potential, and I love the idea of expanding my impact to other organizations in need. Second, I'd suggest assessing the environment for starting your own business. Do you have a good rapport with your boss? Are you able to build the business in your off hours? Many of our members in the Global Grant Writers Collective side hustle their way to full-time employment outside of their 9-to-5. Check out Kelsey's story. She moved from in-house to freelance without burning bridges and is now making $100K in revenue. Her first client was, you guessed it, her previous employer. Personally, I worked with other nonprofits outside of my local area that weren't in any conflict with the role I was in while I was building my business. I only attended meetings and tended to communications in the evenings or on the weekends. I went down to part-time after a few months of being in the collective and eventually took the plunge into full-time a few months after that. Lastly, a big part of making this pivot is believing that you can. It's terrifying to start your own business. I was dealing with self-limiting beliefs and wondering if I had what it took to pull it off, if I was too young, making up my mind that maybe this was an off-limits thing for me to attain. And I know I'm not alone in this. Take Carrie, for example. We helped her negotiate a side hustle contract on top of her full-time job so that she could maximize her total revenue. She said, honestly, what I've learned in the last few months is that I always had it in me, but the support given from this group facilitated the success and gave me the courage to take the steps necessary to grow. And now she's making plans to buy her first home. As in-house grant writers, we have the skills and knowledge to take the leap, but there really is something special when you have a community to lean on so that you can fully realize what's possible. Through shared experiences and insights from our community members, we've witnessed the power of dispelling these limiting beliefs on a daily basis. It's about realizing the potential within ourselves and understanding that with the right support and guidance, anything is achievable. This is what's so special about the collective. It can help you pave the way for a successful transition from in-house employee to freelancing badass. So in review, we talked about my personal journey to transitioning from in-house employee to freelance grant writer. We addressed common challenges and doubts when considering this career path, the steps to overcoming these challenges so that you too can build a life you love. Remember, sometimes it's just about having the belief in yourself that you can achieve what you desire and have the whole dang garden. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more grant writing and consulting content. Thank you for joining me and see you in our next video.